If you clicked on this video, you're probably just like I was about 3 years ago, wanting to travel abroad, but not knowing where to start. So if that's you, I recommend you take out a pen and notepad and take some notes, follow along. Moving abroad can be scary, exciting, and I guess you could say daunting all at the same time. And there are many ways to go about doing so. But my route that I took was through studying abroad. Now, I went to university, and before I even finished high school, I knew that I wanted to travel and get to know another country. So, finishing up my sophomore year, I was lucky enough to have a university with a great study abroad program, and I did just that. I went to my advisor's office and we had a meeting, and she asked me, well, do you speak another language, or what current language course are you taking? And I chose Spanish, so Colombia was. But not everybody goes to college. School's not for everybody. So there's a number of different ways you can get yourself abroad without even starting or enrolling in a university. Look for teach abroad programs, work abroad programs, or homestay options. I personally went with CIEE when I lived in Spain. They're a good program. It's a year program. They pay you a monthly stipend, they help you get your visa, and they help you immerse in the country itself. Now, these programs don't come without a fee, so just be prepared to have to pay around $1,000 to $2,000, and that's because they help you expedite the process. You get free healthcare through the program, and you have like on-site support for while you're in that country.
You want soda? Okay.
Thanks. So yeah, just being transparent. If you go with a teach abroad program, specifically CIEE, you're gonna have to pay for a fee. Now, there's also in-country programs that you can apply through the local government or through the local educational ministries that a country may have. That's free. But keep in mind that those are very competitive, and you'd have to know somebody that's already done it so they can walk you through it. If you're going to Spain, I recommend NALCAP, NALCAP. That's through the Spanish, directly through the Spanish Ministry of Education, and that's free. But like I said, you have to have somebody that is already in it to walk you through it. Another option would be work exchanges or homestays. There's an app and a website called Worldpackers. They also offer the same type of deal, similar type of deal, in that you don't get paid while you're there. But if a bar, hotel, restaurant needs an extra bartender, waiter, server, what have you, your payment is pretty much living there for free, free meals, free excursions in exchange for you helping out with whatever tasks they need, whether it's being that bartender or helping construct a school or whatever. This program can have you living in Bali, to Ukraine, to Georgia, to Brazil, obscure places. But if you really like to travel, then you could appreciate this option. Third option, and this is for people that are more established, or you have a monthly income coming in. Look for different visa programs. And this is something that I can't stress enough, because there's countries that will offer you a visa easier than you might think. Obviously, each country is different. Certain Latin countries might offer you a visa a bit easier just because the cost of living is a little bit lower. But do your research. There's a number of different visas. One is called a retiree visa. So this is obviously if you're retired or you have a pension coming in monthly. There's a freelancer visa if you have your own business and you can work from online. There's also a regular work visa. If you happen to find a job in that country, they can sponsor you. And of course, you have your normal tourist visa, which is for most countries about 90 days, so 3 months. But do your research, because it's easier than you might think. Now, obviously in these countries, after a year or 2 years, you may have to renew. I mean, you're gonna have to renew without a doubt, but it's possible. A fourth option would be work for about 5 or 6 months, save your money at, and travel hop. Me, what I did when I was finishing college, I waited tables, I did valet, I was a bouncer at a couple of nightclubs. Quick money. You can easily stack up cash, and then I took 3.5 months and just hopped from country to country to country, no problem. And that little travel hack, for me at least, is I always try to go to countries where I know somebody there. If I have a friend there, I have friends that I studied abroad with that now live in France or Peru or Chile, or I have a buddy in Germany. I have a buddy whose family is from Senegal. Helps if you broaden your network and really connect with others around you that you might not otherwise do. So you'll be watching and thinking, yeah, Josh, this is cool and all, but I don't know anybody that lives in any other countries. That's a valid point. Now, this starts with reevaluating your circle. If you wake up every day and you have dreams to travel, but you just sit around and hang around the same people that's never left their hometown, how do you expect to get to know other cultures or experience new places? You can't. So you have to get out, broaden your network, and put yourself out there. Find ways to associate people that don't look like you, might be from other countries. In every big city in the US and even around the world, there's always language exchanges, networking events, companies that bring international communities together so that people can network and broaden their horizons. There's one group like this. I have a buddy and he's the director. It's a company called Internations. Internations is exactly that. You go, you network, they put on events for different holidays. Hello, grandma. We are yapping today. Networking, and kind of falls through a community of traveling and exploring other cultures. So I recommend that you guys go check that organization out. And lastly, don't overcomplicate things. If you really want to do something, you can. That's what I've learned. So you might be starting from zero and you're thinking, man, I'm 19 years old, fresh out of high school. Yeah, I have my passport, but now what? Or you might be 65 years old, freshly retired, have that monthly stipend coming in or your pension and thinking, okay, it's time for me to go. It's never too late. You're never too young or you're never too old. As long as you have the desire and you do your research, you'll be just fine. I moved abroad when I was 21, but I met doctors, dentists, artists living there, living in these places for 5-6 years plus. It's always a good feeling when you meet somebody that's doing what you're doing and lets you know, hey, it's possible. So find programs because they're out there and you'll make it happen. If you're hardcore, you can also research the Peace Corps. Normally they offer contracts for at least a year, and you might be in the Dominican Republic or they might put you in Jordan for a year at least. I would recommend these programs if you know without a shadow of a doubt that you want to help, you want to give back to community, because you're going to be doing just that. And they'll pay you a stipend because it's through the government, it's through the State Department if I'm not mistaken. But they'll pay you a stipend, but it's not going to be a vacation. You're going to be living like a local. So give it a go. Any questions you might have, comments, doubts, just leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer. Hope this was helpful, and catch you guys in the next video.